As part of ongoing efforts to restore diplomatic relations, delegations from the United States and Cuba are meeting in Washington to discuss human rights. Representatives of the Cuban government have expressed their willingness to engage in a constructive dialogue with their U.S. counterparts about any issue, including human rights. Democracy and politics are also expected to be addressed in the meeting. For more now, we go to our correspondent Alexandra Hall in Washington.
The United States and Cuba are meeting for a fourth round of negotiations here in Washington on Tuesday. This time, the subject of the talks will be human rights. Now, of course, this has traditionally been a divisive issue, specifically with respect to how each country conceptualizes the idea of human rights in their respective countries. The United States has traditionally criticized Cuba for the state of freedom of expression in their country, but it's important to note that Cuba actually proposed this round of talks, and the head of their delegation is expected to bring up issues of human rights here in the United States, specifically with respect to police violence recently in minority communities, poverty, and the death penalty. According to the State Department, the purpose of the negotiations today is to discuss specifically the structure and methodology of future human rights talks between the two countries. And while it's not confirmed whether or not a State Department official will issue comment following the end of the discussions today, we do know that the head of the Cuban delegation will speak at the Cuban interest section here in Washington at the end of the day. In Washington, D.C., I'm Alexandra Hall for Telesur.